I want it anybody tell me any different, because I need to follow my dream.
For most of my school years, I went to a charter school, and from 2nd to 10th grade I went to this charter school. And when I moved out of that charter school to a public school, I really wanted to re-image myself. I didn't want to be, I was really nerdy back in this charter school, and I was geeky. So when I moved, I really wanted to figure out how to not be nerdy and not be this really cool guy that everybody wanted to be. And I thought that was like being like Ryan Reynolds and being able to talk to any girl and get just whatever I want just by talking about it, like Ferris Bueller, and just being able to manipulate any sort of situation into my benefit. And where it started for me is I just wanted to learn how to talk to girls. And it turned into I want to have sex with girls, and I want to drink and smoke and do whatever the heck I want. That's definitely not where it started, and it started much more, I guess, purely than that. And if you're on the side of this isn't making me feel good anymore, and if you're not on that side yet, it's going to eventually happen. You're going to eventually find out that this is empty. What I was really seeking was relationships, and I was really seeking acceptance, and that's not really what I found. I had a friend who I thought was kind of like that. He was a really cool guy, and he still is. He kind of taught me the ropes, and he was into a bunch of different other stuff too. He was into drinking, and he was into drugs. At first, I was like, "It's that's cool. That's what you're into. But I don't want to go there. I just want to learn how to talk to people." And the way that I learned to talk to people was to shut them out. And I learned that through pretty difficult lessons of getting rejected a bunch. I eventually created this hard outer shell where I didn't let anybody in, including God, including my parents, and I was really close with my dad, and I still am. Eventually, that same girl who had shown me the rejection and taught me the lesson of this hard outer layer resurfaced in my life. She didn't really like this whole drinking thing and this whole drug thing and this whole mean thing that I was to other people. And it started to dawn on me that I was just hurting people, and I wasn't always necessarily getting what I wanted. It wasn't even beneficial to both parties. It was just hate. It was just anger. It was just blackness. It was darkness. It weighed on her. I could tell it weighed on her, and it made me feel worse. I was like, this is a bad part of me. I don't like this part of who I am. And I eventually got introduced to this church by a friend / bandmate of mine, and I started getting involved with that. And as I got further and further involved with that, I started to realize more and more that these people are real friends to me. Not that the guy that I'm talking about before, not that he wasn't a friend, but these people, they genuinely want my success in life, and they genuinely want me to be happy. And being happy was very clearly not this. It wasn't drinking. It wasn't doing drugs. It wasn't getting what I wanted. It was being a positive person. It was making someone else's day better makes your day better. Like it made perfect sense. It was like a mind explosion. I eventually got to this point where I really wanted to go to this youth retreat. This is called D Now, and I didn't have the money to do it because I totally forgot to pay for it. And the pastor paid for me. I went to the sermon at D Now, and my life flashed before my eyes. I saw myself, doing this drinking and doing these drugs. And what I would say to someone who's going through something similar is, if you've been seeking these friendships and you've been seeking this, I want to be cool, and all of the stuff that goes with that, really examine who these friends of yours are. Because more than likely, they've probably asked you to do something at some point that was outside your comfort zone, and it went against the values that you had. But in the name of being cool, in the name of progressing into that career of I want to get what I want, you did it because you felt like that's what you needed to do. And eventually you find out that that's just kind of empty. And when I went into this home of a church and found these people that just loved no matter what, they exist. Those people, they're out there, and you can find them. Just don't give up on that. Don't settle for friends that you think you need to have to make your status better. Be you, be the best you that you can, and you'll find friends that like you for that.